this is big stuff. Like people don't realize just how big of a legend you are.
All right. This is like a special episode.
I wouldn't even say like special in terms of like being a side gig episode. I mean, this is like a season finale kind of thing. Like this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
This is like the calm before the storm, you know?
Exactly. Like this is one of the ones I've been waiting for.
That's cool.
And I'm sure you probably heard that, but I'm out in public. That's why I was on the road, because I wanted to do this like in a public scene, just to feel a little social and feel special for you.
Did I hear a kid screaming?
You did hear a kid screaming, yes.
Love it.
Big question. So when I'm done, I'm probably going to go to either Cold Stone Creamery, a Moho Yogurt, or Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, and I want you to pick which one for me.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, I've been to, what was the second one?
Moho Yogurt.
I've never been there. I've been to the Chocolate Factory, and I've been to Cold Stone. But
okay.
I'd probably say Cold Stone. Like, do you like chocolate?
I do like chocolate, yeah.
I'm not a big chocolate guy, but
okay.
I'm like more of like but see, if I go to Cold Stone, I usually get like the classic like birthday cake remix or the what is it called? The coffee one.
Okay.
That's money.
Like and I have a gift card that has like $2.50 on it, so I should probably use a little bit of that.
Yeah, you know. This economy?
Yeah. While they're on a budget, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I need to ask you this, though, because a lot of people don't know, but we're very big fans of doing the Trump impressions.
Yeah.
And as of yesterday, I don't know if you heard, but he announced he's going to be running again in 2024.
Yeah. That was crazy.
I know, big stuff.
This is big stuff. This is big stuff. That's big stuff. Just a lot of big stuff happening this week. It's huge. It's gonna be huge.
Look, I'm not gonna be clowning on you guys. No cap for real, okay? I'm gonna make this country great again.
No cap for real. No cappuccino. I'm gonna make this country great.
Did you ever see the video? It wasn't him, of course, but it was a guy doing an impression of Trump while he was playing Call of Duty. And he's like, look, that's so mid-cap junior. I'm going to pull up your IP address. I got it right now.
Did he actually pull up his IP address?
Yeah, well, I don't think it was, but they were talking shit back and forth. I don't know if it was real or not, but the guy doing the Trump voice, he goes, okay, and I'm making up the address, but he goes, okay, 123 Main Street, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where you live, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
No, I saw that.
And he's like, that's my grandma's house. You don't really know where I live. He's like, oh, that's sad. You play in your grandma's house. What a loser. When I told Charnes that we were going to have you on for CSMO, he started sending me a bunch of pics that he has of you. And I'm pretty sure you have them, but it's like, I want to send them to you after this because they're all pretty funny.
It's just crazy because, like, dude, when I was listening before, I was just like, I usually listen to it like in my car, like on the way home from work. And then I like a lot of the pictures are from Charnes's cloud, like the big file that Charnes has, all these pictures. And I was like, I don't really have a lot of pictures with you guys because like I realized that I'm the one taking the picture most of the time. So like I'm just like so like all the pictures of you guys sitting down, all the pictures of you guys, like the one at the baseball field on Camp Schwab of like we're doing what is it called? We're doing the training for the MCMAP or whatever. We're all like buddy and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I took that picture. Like a lot of pictures, like because I was listening to it the other day, the one with Collier. He was like, yeah, I don't really know who took that picture. Maybe Charnes, maybe, I don't know. It's like, I took that picture, Collier.
I totally forgot. Should we call him and get him on?
We can call him and get him on. Let me see what he's doing real quick.
Yeah, call him up and get him live on the episode. Just like say, hey, bitch, like, let's go.
That's sick, dude. I literally talked to Collier for like, I was just sitting outside in front of my apartment, and I was talking to Collier for like an hour. My girlfriend called me. She's like, well, where are you at? I was just listening to Collier. He's like, honky tonk. Oh my God, I gotta do that. I love South Carolina. Oh my God. Dog, exactly. You should really come out here, dog. It's awesome out here. And I was just like, nah, I don't think so, dude. Not bashing South Carolina, but I was like, Let me see.
You're a West Coast baby. That's all good.
Yeah, you know. I mean, I like the East Coast, but it's just let me see if I can call him real quick.
Put him on speaker.
Yeah, of course.
Get him on.
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong Josh. I was calling my coworker. I was like, what? Oh, you know what? This is really awkward. I don't. I have a. Hold up. Hey, what's up, homie? Hey. Sorry, I called the wrong Josh. Hey, I'll call you later. Hey, I love you. Bye. He sounded so upset. He was like, what?
Oh man.
Dude, though. Let me see if I can find I want to call him, dude. I like this. My phone does this thing where like I'll put like the name in and I'll try to save it, and then it won't save the name, and like I don't know, I have to do it like 2 times. It just sucks. Let me see if I can find let's see, Collier.
It's all good.
But I was like, well, I mean, while I find his number, what else? What else is going on, man? What's new with you? You start any like besides this, you know, what's going on? Like,
ironically, I started a business back in August, so you know,
what?
I mean, I gotta live up to the you know, being rich thing, so I can spoil the boys down the road.
Oh yeah, definitely. When we start our whatchamacallit, our I'm sorry, I'm really bad at thinking of 2 things at the same time.
Wait,
when we rule the world. I always told all my friends back home, if I ever got rich, everybody gets their own personal Fiat. Like I'm gonna take everybody, all the homies, down to the dealership, and everybody's gonna get their own Fiat.
That's like a special kind. That's like an Oprah kind of love when you get a doc that's rich because
you get a Fiat and you get a Fiat.
Just gonna give us a Fiat, a gift basket, a best-selling novel, pay for our kids' college for no reason. I stole that from Cat Williams. Shout out to him. He's a great comedian.
Just because you named the baby Daryl, don't mean the baby belonged to Daryl.
That baby got a 730 credit score right now.
That's funny, dude.
I love him. I listened to him talk about if Collier gets on the phone, you can cut me off. But I was listening to him back in like 2008 after Obama got elected. He was talking about Hillary.
Yeah.
And he was like, she's acting like, you know, she deserved to win the presidency. I'm like, no, we liked your husband. The invitation said Bill Clinton +1. It didn't say Hillary on
it. But dude, so what picture are we're using for this?
I was thinking we were still going to go with the one with you and Rust on it when we were in the Philippines talking about the goat.
That was sick.
And that would be very good in tangent because Collier's got some good Philippine stories, especially from when he
I really want to like. Oh man, I'm trying to figure this out right now. I have so many people on my phone, and then I texted Collier the other night because like he was like talking to me, and then I had to do something, and then he was just talking, and then but we were both talking, but
yeah,
and then he's like blah 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 honky tonk. And I was like thinking about it. I was like, man, I've been outside for like an hour, bro. I'm gonna go inside. And then I feel bad because I never called him back. But here.
Well, this is a good return gift.
Hold up. Let me do 2 guest stars real quick.
Okay.
Hold up.
You got you.
What time is it in North Carolina? It's like 7, 8. It's like 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. Yeah, can you hear me? Hey, I have a question.
Get on the show, bitch.
Whatchamacallit? Can you send me Collier's number? I can't find it.
I gotta see if
This is Whiteman. I'm on the podcast with Soul right now.
Sorry, Whiteman. I thought you were Collier.
Send me a snapshot. I haven't talked to him through text for like ever.
That's hilarious. I feel bad because I talked to him the other day and I but here.
I send him like the occasional yearly snap like, hey dog, hope you're still alive, you're feeling well.
Yeah.
If you don't fly, at least I know you're not
dead.
Hey, Whitman, I don't know if you can hear me, but I miss you.
Can you hear Sewell?
Fucking stool.
Stool.
The Soul Stool from the Mew. I had a little like a fold-up chair, Carone, that you missed, but it was called the Soul Stool. But anyway, Whitman, can you hear me?
Can you hear him? Yeah.
Okay, I miss you, buddy.
He said he misses you.
No, I miss him too.
All right. I'm going to try to find Collier's number real quick because I want to get him on this so he can be like, honky tonk, I love South Carolina. Oh, my God.
Hey, Whitman, I want you on the show at some point.
He said he wants you on the show at some point, too. So we're going to get this.
Let me see if I have his number. I have a contact for him. I've just never used it.
It's probably the same thing.
The number?
Yeah, just give you the number. Oh, shit. I hung up on him. My bad.
Just hang up on him.
Yeah, I hung up on him by accident. I was trying to switch out. I'm terrible at technology. I'm telling you.
I totally thought he was Collier when I said that. I'm like, hey, bitch, get on the show.
Let me see if this is Collier's number still. I'm just calling a random number right now. So it should be like a segment on the show. Like, let's just call random numbers and see if they're still a thing. Hey, yo. Hey, honky tonk.
Hey, get on the show.
Honky tonk. Hey, what's up? You're guest starring on CSMO right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you are.
No shit.
You get a round 2, baby.
Oh, God. What story do I need to tell?
Hey, the boys can also get in on this too, you know? It's all right.
They can get on it too?
Yeah,
What story am I telling? What do y'all want to hear?
Me and Sewell are trying something cool for the podcast, so we're gonna have you as a guest star.
Hey, fuck you, Soul, you big-headed motherfucker.
Hey, buddy.
You're gonna have to be like beep 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 beep.
Hey, you don't need to bleep it out. We're all mature.
But he probably lost his virginity.
What do you say?
Yeah, he lost his virginity, dude.
Who lost his virginity?
Me.
Soul.
Oh, nice. That's tight.
What's Soul say? Where's he at? Why can't I hear him?
Cause he's on my speakers.
Yeah, you're on a speaker, Collier. We're both on. We're not like together. We're both on like on Zoom right now.
Yeah. At some point, Sewell will have a studio, but until then, you know, we'll have a studio in Burbank eventually. But until then, yeah, we got to do this.
Bro, you know what's funny about that, Joey? Dude,
what's up?
I mean, Chick-fil-A.
So, hey, you hear it, Sewell?
What'd he say?
He said, "I'm about to wreck right now. I'm eating Chick-fil-A."
You know what's funny, Joey, is I'm actually in the process of getting a studio, but I was going to announce that later.
Whoa, big stuff coming this year. So we got me on the podcast. We got Trump running for president again. We got Collier, almost wrecked his car eating Chick-fil-A. There's going to be a CSMO studio. Dude. And then we have Collier's Honky Tonk Corner. He's just like, what's up, Collier? The honky tonk meter. We're going to do the honky tonk meter. I'm just pumping it out, dude. I'm pumping out ideas right now. Just see if anything sticks, you know?
Are you about to record an episode right now? I'm so confused on what's going on.
No, we're recording right now. I just told them before in the pre-episode meeting me and him had. Not really a meeting, we're just texting each other, but I was kind of telling him like, hey, I want Collier. I talked to Collier for like an hour and a half of the day, and it was some of the funniest shit I've ever funniest conversation I've had in a while. So I wanted you to guest star a little bit with me, and you know, we're trying new stuff. This is a big episode.
Oh, Joey, I need to interject about the Zoom meeting real quick. Can I talk to you both?
Yeah.
Hey, Joey and Collier. So the way the Zoom meetings. So the way the Zoom meetings they've changed since I've done it with Collier and let Collier know too is I'm trying to, you hick. So the episodes are limited to 40 minutes, but after the 40 minutes are over, it'll give you a warning when it's about to end. But we can restart a new one. So Joey, if you just want to send us both a link, and we'll just continue the meeting after.
Yeah, we'll just continue and we'll cut it and do whatever.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to let y'all know that so that way it doesn't surprise y'all.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
What's up?
Do you remember looking at my penis?
I remember looking at a lot of people's penises, dude. That was my kind of like my job, dude. I can't really like, you know, I can't really speak on the topic of different penises. We'll just say that like I've seen a lot of different ones, professionally, and
Motherfucker, you're a hoe.
well, yeah, I mean, by Navy medicine standards, I'm not, but I mean, you know, it's just.
No, by moral respect, you are a hoe.
I mean, I don't think so. I'm not going to admit to being a hoe, but you know, it's kind of like my job.
Connor.
It's not like I was like wanting to be like, hey, pull your pants down, let me see it. I mean, sometimes I'd have to, but not because I want to.
Hey, ask Josh, is he going to be able to get like on a Zoom thing, or is it just going to be over speaker?
Are you gonna be able to get on a Zoom thing later or no?
If you give me like 5 minutes, can we stay on the phone? I'm driving right now.
Well, I mean, I'll talk to Sewell and get some more content, and then when you want to join, just text me to this number, and then I'll give you the link.
Yeah, let's do that so that way his audio quality will be better, so we don't have to hear the muffle.
I'm about to park the car here in a minute.
I'm about to pull up, down the holler, no. I don't know you had Bluetooth on a tractor, bro. That's some new age shit right there. You're just driving the tractor to Chick-fil-A. That's crazy, bro.
2018 Toyota Camry. Thank you very much.
2018 Toyota Camry. All right. Well, your audio is trash, so I'm gonna send you the link right now, and you're gonna hop on later.
It's probably his iPhone 3.
Like 5-10 minutes.
All right, that's fine. Hey, take your time, dude. I'm gonna get some content.
All right, later.
All right, homie. Anyway,
You're a natural, man. You're very good at talking. Very good.
Yeah, this pretty good talking, dude. This is, you know, what's funny? When I got out, I was almost gonna be a car salesman, but like
Really?
where I live, you need to know how to speak Spanish to be a car salesman, and I just no habla español. So,
I mean, I would have bought from you. I would have easily bought from you.
yeah, but it's just like I had to do like online sales and stuff. They start you in online sales, and then you gotta like move up to like. I don't know. I'm just in a back room for like a year doing online sales. And then once like I get enough sales, I was like, nah, I'm good. But then I ended up being a security guard and that sucked. And now I work at the shipyard. So that's a lot better. So
yeah, how was that going? Because I remember you were now that I remember, since you brought it up, and you're working at a shipyard. How's that going? Because I never really asked you about that.
You know, like whatchamacallit? When I was in the Navy and I was with you guys, it was just like I enjoyed doing my job, but I honestly feel like, you know, I'm not bashing like Navy medicine or anything like that, but it's just like in our field, like me and all the other corpsmen, it's really, really hard. And all the corpsmen know that it's really hard to advance. So like, you know me, dude, I enjoyed taking care of you guys and I enjoyed my job for the most part. But like all the politics and stuff, dude, I just couldn't deal with it, man. I couldn't deal with all the stuff you had to do on top of. I could deal with the stuff I had to do for you guys and the stuff I had to do for my job, but all the extra stuff, it's just part of being in the Navy, I guess. But all the extra stuff I had to do, I didn't really like enjoy having to like do all that, like the point system and writing your evals and all that kind of stuff. I really didn't like doing that. But
all the red tape.
Yeah, when I work with the Navy, I work with the Navy every single day, and it's cool. It's kind of messed up, but it's cool. Like watching people be in the Navy and not be in the Navy. Like, dude, these dudes just get yelled at all day. Like this dude's the other day, it was raining. And like, so on the flight deck, I was never on a ship. You guys went on a ship and I was going to be on a ship with you guys, but I was never on a ship in the Navy. It was weird. I was in the Navy 5 years, never been on a ship. But, so like those little clover patches you see on the flight deck that they hook stuff into, like they hook the hooks into, like those little like patches on the flight deck. Yeah, so I guess like you have to like they were mopping rain pretty much. They don't want the still water to sit inside those things, so they start mopping the rain. And I was just standing there, I'm like, those poor bastards, dude.
Yeah, that brings back a lot of memories. I'll say,
it's like you're mopping the rain, or like you guys would like mop the rain in the parking lot. Make sure first sergeant spot doesn't get wet. We gotta mop it.
Sweep the grass.
Or like when you guys are literally out there, like you guys are like infantry out there, like pulling weeds in front of the
the COC.
COC.
Yeah. Like
we were like rearranging rocks and like making sure like everything was perfect. We were like painting the rocks and stuff.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy, dude. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do corpsman stuff for like a couple hours while you guys paint rocks. We'll go into the BAS and just lock the door, dude.
I'm gonna go do another great quote by Joey. I'm gonna go do corpsman stuff while you guys paint rocks.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, like I totally forgot about that until the other day when you told me about that when we were at the what is that, like Mount Town or whatever we were at.
Mount. Yeah, freaking you. If you catch yourself saying that this cinder block feels real comfortable, you're in the wrong profession.
Yeah. Who is that? Who is
Damn,
that laying on a rock, like McAllister or somebody like that? I don't know who that was. But they were just like, they were laying on a rock, like, man, it's comfy now.
I want to know. Was it me? No, I don't. It might have been me. I don't know. It was. I thought it was in section 1.
It was either you or one of the new guys. I don't know who it was. I thought it was one of the new guys. Well, the new guys at that time.
I want to say it was me, but I could be wrong because Lord knows how our memories change over the years. But
dude, my memory's shot, man. Like I don't know if it was the Camp Lejeune water. You might be entitled to compensation.
Dude, do you see those commercials in California? I see those commercials in Arizona.
Them literally everywhere. They're literally everywhere. And then at work, everybody's just like, Joey, you were in Camp Lejeune, right? Are you gonna get some money? I was like, no, dude, that was like in the 80s, bro. Like I'm not. I mean, yeah, the water sucked, and there was an active UXO field across from where I lived. But that's just Camp Lejeune. That was just Camp Lejeune. That's so crazy. Like, how does that even happen, bro? How are we like? Bro,
you'd be surprised. Like a lot of there's a reason why people emphasize water filters because most of we don't really have clean water. A lot of it's very tainted, even out in the civilian world.
Oh, dude, I know.
Not to get into politics, but how Alex Jones, how he got famous for saying about the water turning the frogs gay.
Water turns the frogs gay, yeah.
Well, he actually has some truth to that because he was talking about the fluoride that people talk about in tap water because the fluoride it spikes up your estrogen really so high, and they found that when they were putting it in retention ponds, a lot of the male frogs in the retention ponds, it would spike up their estrogen so much that the frogs wouldn't breed. So, Jesus. But and so. Alex Jones took it to a next level with that, but it's that's the kind of stuff that's in the water.
Dude, I'm a super big conspiracy theorist lately for some reason, and somebody on Instagram was saying that I was trying to tell my girlfriend, I was like, dude, tap water is terrible for you. There's people saying that there's SSRIs, antidepressants, birth control, people are saying that water is toxic, dude. It's tap water is toxic.
It wouldn't surprise me because there's a water filter industry for a reason.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to get this. How did I send you the link? I don't understand. I forgot how I sent you the link. Do you have the link?
You sent me it through Gmail. If you can,
okay, I can pull up the Gmail. I forgot where I sent it to you at. Let me see. I have a Gmail right here, but
you can also copy and paste it.
Yeah. Let me see. I had to get into my Gmail. But yeah, dude. There's a lot of I get those out here too, and I was like, man, that's in the 80s, dude. But what I was saying was I can't believe that there was did I tell people about that UXO field that was across from in Walls Creek? They were like, no way, dude. It was there's active bombs. Yeah, right. I was like, dude. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. What is going on? Oh,
speaking of stuff, or go ahead.
What's up? I'm just trying to say.
I was going to say, speaking of stuff across the street, do you remember across our range in the Philippines how we were firing over that village? We had a village right across from us. So, we were firing mortars.
So, I don't know if did whatchamacallit, did Whitman, Sergeant Type, talk about this? Or I remember I was watching one of the episodes, and he was talking about that, but he was saying I'm not gonna admit to any war crimes or anything. It was just because dude, the didn't the FOs say something about water buffalo and all kinds of different stuff
Yeah, so I think it was Harrion, but they said that there was a herd of water buffaloes running into our impact area.
Yeah,
and apparently they were. I can't remember what the story was where on the. If they were on Gun 4 or near 2 or wherever. But apparently
water buffalo is a war crime though, right? It's just kind of something that happens, dude.
Yeah, they're animals. It's I'm pretty sure the Filipinos were killing those things and feeding us those as beef sandwiches or something.
Get out of here, PETA. You're not welcome in this podcast. PETA's gonna come to my house now.
It's like, how the hell did I get canceled? I only did one episode with Cody.
I'm just canceled. They come to my house and throw red paint on me. Whatever.
Your
dude.
bank account's frozen.
And didn't that happen to like those truckers and stuff? Like they got their bank accounts frozen and stuff like that.
Oh, in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened after that, but I remember that was a thing up there.
Kanye is still selling Yeezys, right? Well, no, I guess they're gonna make Yeezys, but like the different name.
Yeah. What's the whole thing with him changing his name to Yee? It's like
Yee. Yay. He changed it to Yay. It's not Kanye, it's just Yay.
Oh, Yay? Okay. I just saw that out of nowhere because everyone's just calling him like it's YE, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think it's just Yay. I'm not hip with the young kids, but I think it's just Yay.
Well, that would make sense because it is pronounced Kanye, so I could see that as something.
See if I can send this to Collier, then I'll send him this picture. Maybe see if he can figure out how to do this. It'll be like 3 hours later. Dog, I don't know what's going on, man.
I don't know if they invented typewriters over there yet, but he should be able to figure it out.
Camden, like, South Carolina. Let's see if we can send this.
Hey, did they tell them that Richmond, Virginia fell to the Union already?
Whoa. Dude, it's crazy, man. They were saying something about they don't have tap water or they don't have clean water in Mississippi right now. And I was
really
like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about current events because, like, I'm not trying to make your world political right now, but I'm just like, man, this is crazy. We're talking about tap water and stuff, and I was like, we don't. That's crazy, dude. And then I remember how Judd and Dutcher used to talk about Flint, Michigan. Like whenever we say some shit about like Michigan or like we say something about, he's like, well, Flint, Michigan doesn't have any clean water, so you can
dude. And I went to Michigan last year for Christmas, and dude, that area where like Flint, Dearborn, Detroit, dude, like with the exception of some parts of Dearborn and like downtown Detroit, it is exactly how the world advertises it. Like
it's just like vacant and there's like cracks in the ground and shit.
It's like, dude, it's like sad. Like there's full-blown factories where they were like the hub of Ford Motor Company, and they're just like windows beaten down. It looks like have you seen Jumanji, the first one with Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Do you remember when he comes back after like 30 years and he runs back to the shoe factory and it's just all like beaten down and it's been abandoned for like that's like all of Detroit. Like it's bad.
I wanted like I wish I could see like if Dutcher and Judd and like whatchamacallit, all of them, Baker, watch this and they're just like hearing you describe Flint, Michigan as like a shoe factory from Jumanji. Dude, like, yeah, you guys pretty much live in the shoe factory from Jumanji.
Hey, do you want me to up this up like 10 times? Do you want me to up this? Because I was in Michigan and I told my uncle, I'm like, hey, I don't know if like in the movie about 8 Mile if it's real, but because they actually number it like by the miles over there, and I want to go to 8 Mile, the actual street. So my uncle and we drove. I'm wearing a University of Michigan jacket, and I'm standing under the street sign that says 8 Mile, and I'm pointing the finger under it, and in the background there's a split, there's a factory next to a mobile home, and then there's a billboard that says wanted for murder, $40,000, and there's a guy's mugshot.
Whoa.
And all that's a picture just with me just looking like a little kid under it, looking at the 8 Mile sign.
Dude, like I kind of just want to make a whole and to all the Michigan viewers, I kind of just want to make a whole podcast where you bash Michigan. I think that'd be hilarious for like 3 episodes, and then we'll just switch the state. But like,
dude, I got plenty of stuff, and like my family's from Michigan too, so we can shit on that. We got a lot of episodes shit on it.
I thought you were from Florida.
No, I am from Florida, but my dad's half of the family's from Michigan. He moved down to Florida, and hence how I was made. So
Boca Raton. You guys don't live in Boca Raton?
Nah, I know a couple guys have been like, did you know this? But a lot of the guys who we were with in 2-8, they're all like living in Florida now. Like Bowman's, he was from Florida.
Well, I know
Rivera's
like
down there.
Bahena, and then I see a lot of Lacoste. I see a lot of Lacoste stuff.
Yeah, like all of Cat just migrated down there. Like they're having a big 72 party down there or something. Flannery, all living in Florida.
Flannery, I know, is in Florida. Dude, you know what's crazy, man? You want to know how much of a small world this is? You want to know?
I would love to know how much of a small world this is.
So Flannery, right, from Cat, right? Flannery from Cat. I worked with his cousin in the shipyard.
Really?
I was just like, I met his cousin and I was just like, Flannery. That's not like a really like, for me at least in San Diego, it's not a common last name. And I was just like, oh, it's like, oh yeah, you know my cousin Colin? I was like, yeah, dude, he was Campbell Jr. Yeah. I was like, what the hell, dude? I can't get away from anything, dude. I always see, like, I lived in California my whole life, and after I got out, I see Maryland license plates and I see North Carolina license plates, and like literally twice a week I see a South Carolina license plate. I was just
That's
like,
cool.
dude, I can't get away from it, dude. I can't get away from it. It's weird.
And it's funny that you bring that up because I'm starting to see a lot of Florida license plates here in Arizona, which is really weird.
Yeah.
I would have never thought I'd seen that because like Florida's the state to move to right now, but I'm seeing a couple of those people showing up here. It's like, no, it's only supposed to be me.
Apparently DeSantis is going to be the president, so I mean.
But it's like that's another reason to love Florida. It's like,
yeah.
You know, I come on now, like
what is say like Russians and people from Florida are like probably have to be the same, like related in some way. Like Russians are just like Floridians, like down the higher on the evolutionary, like they're like more evolved Floridians.
I think that's Australians, if I'm not mistaken, because they have all the wildlife.
I saw like a meme thing or like a video of like a Russian like drinking, riding a bear, and they're like people from Florida and Russians like have to be related somehow. Like Florida, man.
There was one that Davis sent me, which was really spot on. It was like the most white trash wedding you could possibly think of. It's like the chick's in so she has a white tank top and then yoga pants, but they're in camo. And then the guy she's marrying, he's got like the floppy top hairdo with the hat that just sits on top. He's got a jacket that's hunting camo on, a hunting camo jacket, jean pants, and some kind of stupid shoes. And it's like if Florida and Ohio were people. And they're getting married at the wedding.
Were they like in like a truck bed, like in the middle of a mud pit? Like, you know how they have the big truck with the big tires, and they're like doing like the dude that's doing the service is on the roof or something, and then like the people are standing in the truck bed.
I don't remember the background. I think they were in like it looked like a smaller rundown church kind of thing, like maybe like a small community Baptist church, something like that. It looked like that, but it was
Camden, South Carolina.
You know, that might, you know, to really, I don't know, but now that I think of it, that would really encapsulate the South very well, even though it's about Ohio as well. But
I think so. I love the South, but that sounds about right. I don't know, man. Like, I've never been to. Oh wait, I think I'm gonna like. I don't know how many. Can you check the time on this, or like, because it told me
it should notify you up at the top with like a gray bar, and it'll have like a countdown clock. It should be.
It told me like a couple minutes ago that it was 10 minutes. Like you have 10 minutes. Oh wait, here. I have 4 minutes. I see it now because I had to go to like bigger screen. It says 4 minutes 25 seconds. So
okay, yeah. Just when it gets time to end, just when it gets to like 2 minutes or a minute, just let me know, and then we'll. Okay. Yeah, you can clock off, and then we'll do it. So.
Okay. How do you like guys like who edits this? Like you or Charnes or like?
Oh no, it's Charnes, but it takes him a couple weeks to edit just because he's like, you know, like me, he's busy with other stuff and he's got a business that he runs too. So when we get it to where we can monetize the show, we want to put that money to somebody who can edit it, so that way we actually have time on our hands.
Who's gonna be the Jamie, dude? Who's gonna be Jamie? Hey, pull that up.
I've been thinking about that, and probably if you remember one of the episodes, there's a guy called Jackson. He's actually one of my best friends out here.
Yeah.
If anyone would be interested that I know of that's like close here, maybe he would be, just because like I know he likes to brainstorm off of me and do stuff with me a lot of times. So, but not calling you out, Jackson, for that. I know you're busy too.
I'm just curious. Like, so like I see in the I was gonna ask you too. I see in the like on the podcast like the thing like with your host Cody. So like when are you guys planning on like with your host Charnes, with your hosts?
Hey, how much time do we have left?
We have like 3 minutes, so we can just like whatever.
Okay.
We don't have to like talk, but like, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna. So the original idea was to have me and then 2 other guys that were in 81s to host, but they weren't able to really, you know, for other reasons they couldn't really make it. I was the only one with like enough time to be able to do it. But Charnes and I, we've talked about it. We kind of want to stay consistent with me as a host, and then. I don't know, we've entertained the idea of maybe having someone doing like specialty episodes or other things, but like we want to remain consistent with me as the host right now.
I was just laughing because like I was thinking, I was just like, you know, whatever, dude. It's just Collier. I really don't care, whatever. But I was just like, man, you could have Collier as a host because he could talk forever. But like, but are you going to get content out of what he's saying.
That's the problem is because like
Like if you want, do you want substance? You can get like if you want like whatever you can get a good hour or two out of him, like an episode.
It's like a drug. You'll feel immediate pleasure, but you won't be fulfilled. That's the thing.
Like
it's
pretty much just like doing Adderall. Like you can do a fucking 30-page paper, but is it gonna mean anything? Probably not. So
well, if anything, Collier, like he's good. He's got a lot of funny stories. Like he does good, but if anything, he like how I am. I'm more analytical, a little more professional, intellectual with it. Collier fills in the gaps that I have.
Like, yeah, more analytical.
Yeah, Collier fills in like the gaps that I don't. If anything, like him and I like he compliments me, like the kind of style that I host. Like
Collier
that,
fills
if I had
no
to
gaps.
put my spin on it.
Collier fills no gaps.
Yeah, but in that way, I just want to like just.
Hey, shout out to the Gap store, by the way. Shout out to
the Gap store. Actually,
they sponsor me and give me free shit.
That thing, like, okay, and you have like it's clearly scripted, and you're all like, what's cool? The Gap.
We actually have an ad to do during the show. If you can be a part of it too. It's gonna be fun.
Let's do it, dude.
All right. Do you want to do it on the here? Do you want to restart the meeting and we'll do it then?
Yeah, it's fine. You have like a minute left, so I'm just gonna end it now, and then
just end it now and then resend me the link.
All right,
I'll do it there
right now. All right, homie.
All right, perfect. Record. Let's get Josh on here.
All right, cool. So yeah, we're back. So
so can I tell you? I wanted to get back to this. Can I tell you? I was gonna make this an opening skit for if whenever I do open mic night for stand-up comedy. So I went to Target and I found a chocolate bar and it was like a new brand and I figured, okay, I'll try something new. And it was what they advertised it as, it was called slavery-free chocolate. And I looked on the back and they tried to make sure like all the sources and the products they made weren't from like these really sketchy factories and stuff. And I'm like,
Tony's,
yeah. And hey, shout out to Tony's, by the way. And,
shout out to Tony's. I love that chocolate. The white chocolate raspberry one, money, dude. It's so good.
Well, so it's a good chocolate bar, but when I bit into it, and this is just a part of the skit, I'm not actually criticizing them, but I
gotta make sure, hey, disclaimer.
Yeah. So I bit into the chocolate bar and I'm like, okay, this is the joke. I'm like, this is slavery-free chocolate. Like, you know what? Maybe the Confederacy had a point.
Dang.
Is that a good opening line?
It's like you ever see that picture with the T-Rex that does stand-up comedy? He's just like standing there with like his eyes watering. You ever seen that?
No, I have not. No.
Like it's just like the T-Rex says something like controversial, and then like it's just like a stand-up comedy club, and it's looking out into the crowd, and then he's just like standing there like this with his eyes watering.
I feel like that might be me just because like I'm at the heart of ASU, so like this is a huge, like you can't get any more college town than this place.
Yeah, that's what I heard. SDSU's pretty popping like all night.
Yeah,
me and my girlfriend used to live by SDSU by state when she was in college, and it's popping like all the time, dude. Like you just like it's crazy. There's people out all the time. It's wild.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get Collier on, and I sent the link. He's like, "Man, I might need to do this later. I'm with some friends right now." I was like, "Well, there's no later, but whatever. That's fine." I think it was funny.
No. Oh, crap! Now I regret it. Now I want to get him on.
I think it's funny though because he's like, "All right, man, yeah, I just finally got this work. There it is," and I just turned it off.
I know. I wish we had recorded that. Ironically, because that would have been good for the show.
That would have been really good. Oh well.
Well, so I suggest. I suppose do we we get to the meat and the potatoes of the story and we go down our goat that was stolen.
Dude, so like I really like go back and forth with like because I tell people about that and then I like because that actually happened, right? Like I didn't just imagine that. All right, yeah. So the way
let me interject if I can. So kind of for the audience who's not familiar, just kind of like paint the picture like what we were because like we know we were in the Philippines, but like what is everyone? Whoa. So like okay, you want me to thought your head disappeared off the camera.
Oh no,
like I thought it just went away. Yeah, I just saw your hand fiddling. I'm like, what is this magic going on here?
I was letting you talk. It's just like to paint the picture. I was like listening. But you want me to paint the picture?
Yeah, kind of like do
all
the
right,
story a little bit.
So I just want to pretty much we were there for an like multiple country like training exercise. Like I guess what was it? Our mortar team was teaching their mortar team how to use our mortars because their mortars were like old. Like we were teaching them how to use mortar systems, right? So like we were just there for this big event. I guess it happens like every year, I guess, like that. So
Balakatan, baby.
Bala Kataan. But down in Philly. But yeah, so I remember when we first got there. I just want to add to the story because I always tell people this. Remember when we first got there? So we got off the plane. We had to go through customs, and we all had to like because they didn't get us passports. So we all had to like wait there. As soon as you get out of the plane and the air conditioning goes away, you just it's just hot. And so everybody's like, get off the plane. We got to get in there. So we go inside the hangar and they're handing us bottles of water from these hot pallets of water. And you're just drinking like boiling hot water. You're like, oh, I haven't had water in like, a while, like it's just like hours. And I'm just going to drink this. It's boiling hot pallets of water. Then you got to wait there and go through immigration and sign the paper, whatever. And then we go on this bus with a flat screen TV on it that's playing like, I don't know, Despicable Me or something. I don't know what we were watching.
That bus we were on. Do you remember like the interior that it was designed in? Because it had like regular house curtains and like it was like a purple Cheech and Chong kind of furnishing. Was it? Or like
pictures.
carpet?
I have pictures of interviewing people because remember when I would like interview people like with my GoPro and like, Corporal, how do you feel about the Marine Corps and blah blah blah. I have a picture of this, or I have a video of this dude from the who was with us, the combat engineers. The combat engineers, or who were those? Yeah, the one of their like corporals or sergeants or whatever. I don't know, but I took a video. I was like, how do you feel about the Marine Corps? And he's just like sweating, dude. I have like literally like claustrophobic nightmares about how hot that bus was because the interior was so like plush and like it was just so gross, dude. And we're just sitting in there, and this guy's trying to ask us what movie we want to watch, but it's so hot, dude. And like I was like, dude, this is so crazy. But we're rolling through this town, and we get to the fob, and remember where there was no barbed wire first? At first, they didn't put the C wire or anything out, so like we had all our MREs stacked, and the little kids from the village were running over, stealing all our MREs and everything.
Oh, shit,
that's crazy, dude.
To cut forward into that story, I remember I don't know if you had it in your hand at the time, but like you would try to give a kid a beefsteak and some like fat Philippine kid on a moped try to steal a beef jerky steak from you.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell, dude? No, he was on a bicycle, dude. I remember we were like, because I was giving out the stuff. So when we first got there, they all wanted MREs and we were trading them for everything, obviously. But then by like the third day of us trying to trade for MREs with no money, they're like, all right, dude. It was cool for like the first day. Now we're all constipated and we need money. So like, I always tell people how sketchy it was. Oh yeah, but that little kid, I was trying to give some like cute little kid like some M&Ms or Skittles, whatever, out of the MRE, and then this like fat kid, he's like the village bully. He rolls up on like a Huffy, like a super nice bike, dude, for like Filipino standards out there and like wherever we were. But like super nice bike, dude. This village, like I described to people, this village had one water pump in the middle of the village. Like people were pumping water, and this kid is just like super fat, rolls up on this like nice bike, and he like does like a stoppie, and he's just like pulls his hand out, and I'm like, nah, dude, you had enough, homie. I'm gonna give it to this kid. Like, get out of here. And like he's the town bully, dude. He beats up those kids. Like it's crazy. Or all those people,
the reason they're all starving.
Yeah, or all those people that were on like spring break or whatever, like all those the white people that were in like the Jeep, they're like, yeah, spring break, and we're just like standing like, fuck.
I remember that too.
Yeah, they're all like driving through the village on a Jeep. This is like out in the middle of like, I forgot where we were, Luzon or wherever we were. But
we were, the dead center of, right, maybe not dead center, but we were in like the hot desert of just Luzon, middle of nowhere. Just
dude,
like 100+ degrees, humidity through the roof.
Dude, people don't like believe me when I tell them this. Just like, oh, the Philippines, you think of like this is a tropical island. I'm like, no, for some reason you can hear about a place and the Marine Corps will bring you to the desert of that place. Like you can be like the Philippines, like you're in a tropical island, but then like the Marine Corps are like, oh, is there a desert there? Let's bring them there. Like this is the most tropical place. So
it literally was just you exist and your body is just like, get rid of this fluid that's in your body. It's just getting.
Dude.
Yeah, you have to be there to really feel it. But.
We were drinking like each of us. Remember that big truck that came and it had like the wing doors on the trailer, and we were just like unloading like cases of water, and they're
They
like,
were all warm.
you guys had to drink at least 2 pallets of these a day, like 2 cases of water for yourself a day. And I was like, oh my god, I literally that's like this. And everybody came back when we got back to Oki. Everybody came back like 10 pounds lighter because all we did was drink like hella water and like just eat like whatever, dude.
Yeah,
I do that meme or the video of you from Tommy Boy with with me and HM2.
Yeah. Dude. I need to put a link to that meme just so everyone knows what they're talking about when the tornado was ripping through.
So do like I can just, I don't know, we can edit all this and stuff, but like I'm just like, I'll give some stories, and if Mr. Charnes wants to edit it to whatever ones he likes, but like I want to get that story out to the world, dude. Like that story, I tell everybody at work, everybody I've met in every profession that I've had, I've told them that story about how literally like there's like a typhoon and that shit blew away. So I want to set the scene. So
yeah,
so when the army, so we were at this fob in the Philippines. So we get there, and then the army gets there, or was the army there before us? I don't know, but we were there, and
they showed up after us.
They showed up after us. So we got there first, and the army showed up there, and then so whatchamacallit. But so you know how we eat, we just get like whatever the big MREs, whatever they're called, and we get like rubber eggs and chip beef and whatever else they have, right? The army rolled up with Pop-Tarts, buffalo wings, literally brownies, cakes, juice.
One of their higher ups, who was a woman, by the way, which not politically correct, but she was complaining about how there's no Gatorade here. I'm like, bitch, I didn't know there was Gatorade. It's supposed to be Gatorade here.
You mean orange drink powder that you have to find? What?
No, there's Gatorade here. It's in that bag called Chili Mac. It's just in a
lemon
powder.
Yeah, menu number 10, bro. Lemon lime electrolyte powder, or the fruit punch, or you get fruit punch powder that doesn't mix all the way together. Why did the fruit punch never mix together? That's what I want to know.
I have no clue, but ironically, military.com, they have a podcast from like years ago about they explain the process of how MREs are made. Just a weird side note, but but anyways, continue.
But yeah, so army rolls up, right? We're eating like just whatever Marine Corps standard food, right? Yeah. And army rolls up with Pop-Tarts, buffalo wings, teas, Gatorades, cakes, everything, dude. Like I think they're called UGREs, are the big ones that we eat. I don't know, but like, you know, the ones that are like made for like 20 people, like the big ones that we use for like chow. Yeah, we had those, and the army pulls up with like gourmet shit, dude, like gourmet shit. So we had a typhoon. You remember the typhoon? Everybody.
I wish Collier was here for this one because he's just as part of that story as we all are. Oh my God.
We'll get this story from him someday. He's with his honky tonk buddies right now, back there in the holler. But so, dude, so we're sitting in the chow hall, right? There's a typhoon that starts. Everything starts getting blown away. So me and Greeno, for some reason, are like in the chow hall, and we're in the chow hall. I don't know where you guys were because it was just us and like all the army people and maybe like a couple Marines, but for some reason it was me and him eating. I don't know why.
We were at the tent trying to hold it down.
That makes it that much funnier.
Do you care if I could backtrack a little bit?
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so do you remember? Because like at the beginning of it, because the tornado just didn't come at once. Like it was raining like pretty lightly, but like we hadn't had a shower out there for a week. So you see a ton of like tens of Marines out there, and like either butt naked or like with compression pants, like myself, and we're bringing out like our soaps and we're showering under the rain. And then the tornado hit, and everyone's rushing to their tents to like hold them down.
Dude, I was like, why even try? Because I saw like Judd and like a bunch of other people. Like it was smart, and like Stokes, they were like putting Tide Pods in like a waterproof bag and like washing their clothes. And I was like, bro, just as soon as you put them back on, they're just gonna get sweaty. So I was just like, that's cool. I don't want to be like known as like the sweaty guy, but you know, I was just like, you're out there in the Philippines, you're getting dirty, whatever. But I was like, that's cool, whatever. But yeah, I saw all the people. I did see people butt naked out there, like washing themselves off. That was pretty cool. But whatchamacallit. But yeah, you guys were trying to like survive. Me and Greeno. So when you guys were doing that, me and Greeno were sitting in the chow hall and or the mess tent, and the army guy comes in. He runs in there. He's like, "Everybody get up! We gotta go! Everything's gone! Everything's gone! We gotta go get the tent!" And then me and Greeno are sitting there. So everybody leaves. It's just me and Greeno sitting in the chow hall. The water starts filling up to like our ankles, and it keeps getting higher. I think it got to like mid calf.
Jeez.
Like it was getting pretty high, dude. Like the water was getting pretty high. No, I would say mid calf, but like it is pretty fucking high. And so we're sitting there, dude. They left a giant pile of chicken wings just sitting there, and me and Greeno look at each other. We're all like, probably just gonna throw these motherfuckers away anyways. So we just start stacking the plates, dude, just eating chicken wings while you guys are just trying to survive.
Dude, man, y'all sold us out like that spring break college bitches that were on that van. That's what y'all turned into for that moment.
We're like, man, we're just trying to survive too, man. We're just like, man, we're just thinking like, when is the next time we're gonna get chicken wings? Like,
first world rich kid problems over here, eating your chicken wings while the rest of us are
like,
dying.
dude, literally,
not to.
Dude, I heard people got picked up. Like they were holding onto the crossbars in the tent, and they got picked up. Did you see anybody get actually picked up in the air?
Not really, but what was happening, like me, Tolabut, and Sharon, so like we were inside our tent when like we actually saw the poles, because they were like straight up, right? But when the tornado hit, they were literally tilting and then they were jittering going up. And so me, Tolabut, and Sharon's, we all go on one end and we're just grabbing on, like holding on to it like just holding on to it for dear life.
And then like we had like the other tent, like everybody had to stack all their rifles, like, and then you know what's dirty though, dude? How like we were doing that and there were definitely other people scavenging for stuff. Like, oh yeah, I don't have this. I don't have this. Oh yeah, I lost 2 magazines at the range. I'm gonna take this. Because like when we got back, everybody's just like, man, I'm missing so much shit. Like, and then dude, you know what's crazy too? When I went out to that little like bazaar that they had outside, the army was trading like Mitch, whatever they're called, like their actual helmets. I was like, man,
they were trading their Kevlars.
They were trading Kevlars, dude, and they were trading Kevlars, magazines. Because, you know, when we got there, they hiked the price up, dude. It was just like totally like economics 101. We're like trading we're trading like the protein bars. I'm trading like, you know, like stuff like from like my own stuff. You know what I mean? Like I had like a Gerber I was trading and stuff like that for like whatever stuff, you know, like little trinkets. I was like, I can buy another Gerber in the States. I don't know where it's going to, but like, you know, maybe they're like weapons cache. They're going to take all this shit and like send it to somebody else. I don't know. But I hate how the army came up there like, oh yeah, this guy's going to give you a Gerber. I'll give you a whole kit. Like I'll give you my Kevlar. I'll give you 4 magazines for a pocket knife. It's like, really, dude? Really?
Well, I don't know. I don't know who's a good salesman, but whoever was on Firewatch for the Army and lost $250,000 worth of gear from their camp's probably the best salesman that they have out there.
Oh my! You know who it probably was? I think about this all the time. Remember when we went out to that range? We were driving out. Remember that guy on the dirt bike selling Gatorades? You don't remember that guy?
On the dirt bike selling. Yeah, I do remember. I do remember him now.
Remember there's a guy that came out. The guy that came out when we're in the middle of nowhere. We like stopped for something because we like trying to figure out where we were. And this guy rolled up on a dirt bike trying to sell us Gatorades. And he was like, "Don't talk to him. Leave him alone." He was just like, "You guys want to ride the dirt bike? You want to ride the dirt bike?" I was like, "Ah, dude, that'd be so sick." And he's like, "Leave him alone. No, we don't want nothing." I'm like, "Man." I want to like. I always tell people about not to expose Gutty, but I was telling him about the IR buzzsaw rave. You ever see that when he does that? He put the glow sticks on the thing and he was like IR buzzsaw and he was like rave. He's like, yeah, I used to rave back in the day. I was like, no.
I can't picture him raving when like 20 years ago when I'm like 6 or 7 years old.
When he had hair.
Or 4 years old.
When he had hair.
Ugh. When he was normal and not beaten up from life.
When he was normal SpongeBob. Hi, I'm normal. But it's like, dude, that was so funny. Just like that image sometimes in my head. I'm just like seeing this yoked dude just like with the IR buzzsaw. So you guys want to see how to really do one?
So I think you're talking about Staff Sergeant Canal, right? Or are you talking about
Bowden?
Johnny Bowden?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gunny Boat. Okay, because I'm still a little bit attached to the Philippines. So I'm just thinking.
Oh no,
I
I
was
was
gonna.
just I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, you're good.
I don't know. I jumped from that, but that was when we were at ITX and he was doing
Oh, okay.
the thing. But yeah, I don't know. My mind's kind of sporadic. I just think about things and I hop onto other things. But yeah,
You're
dude,
okay.
the dude on the dirt bike trying to sell his Gatorades and just like that place is crazy, man. Is
So last I checked, this was I want to bounce off this if you don't mind, but this was at AP Hill, but you accidentally or you didn't know you called Gunny Mahaffey like you called you mentioned something about sucking dick or calling him a bitch or something like that, but it was like at the dead of night.
yeah.
Want to talk about that one?
Oh, I don't remember. I just remember that was my first field op with you guys. And I know
Yeah.
like there's like a stigma, like the Corbin's fat, Corbin's lazy, whatever, you know what I mean? I didn't know what it was, but
Yeah.
I don't remember me saying anything to Mahaffey, but I just remember me and Pedal were watching Game of Thrones and somebody, I don't know who it was. It was like Vidrio or whoever, one of you guys' seniors was like, you need to shut up. You guys need to go to sleep. And me and Pedal were just watching like Game of Thrones. And then for some reason, somebody wakes me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. They're like, Doc, you have Firewatch. I was like, okay, or balls. It was like either balls or like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was just like, okay, you guys gave me Firewatch. Cool. I don't really care, but I was like, okay. The same reason when I was in when we first got to Oki and I was roommates with Anderson and Christy, and then somebody flipped my rack, and I was like, all right, dude, whatever, you know. But there's just lots of shit that goes on with that. But I was just like, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I don't remember though. I don't remember calling Mahaffey a bitch or whatever. I just think it's funny. There's lots of content that comes out of Mahaffey. That was
Yes. So
Shelly's
story
goose.
that yes,
Shelly's goose
in theaters near you. I was because the story that I heard was like you had to go to the truck or something like that, but it was like at the dead of night, and you thought someone else. And I may be missing some details, but you thought it was somebody like one of us or something.
Yeah.
And you asked them for something, and they said like no, like we can't get it to you, and you're like, oh well, okay, like I'll go. Something along the lines of like you thought it was us in the pitch black, and then you made some comment where it's like, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself or go. Or you told him to go fuck himself or go suck a dick or something like that, thinking it was like Pedal or Dutcher.
Oh, dude, I remember that now. You like totally just like awoke. He was sleeping in the back of the safety Vic because I don't know why they never let me sleep in the back of the safety Vic. But yeah, dude, I was saying something about something, and I was just like, I guess I didn't know Mahaffey was sleeping in the back of the safety Vic. And I was like, whatever, dude. I guess I'll fuck myself. He's like, excuse me. I was like, whatever. I don't care.
God.
I was like, why are you sleeping in the back of the safety Vic when you literally bring your truck to every like range we have? Like, yep, I gotta go home, see Shelly. Shelly's gonna wonder where I'm at. I was like, why are you sleeping in the back of the safety Vic? I don't understand. Whatever. It sucks in there anyways. It's cold, dude. I usually slept under the safety Vic. I never like slept. It's just cold in there, dude. It's just like a fridge. Like it's a freezer.
Yeah, like it always seems like the cool spot to go to, but when you get into it, it's just like, oh wow, like I'm just sleeping on metal that's not getting any circulation, and you're like, it's uneven. And...
The only time it was cool is when me and Naka would sleep in the trailer, because like the ammo trailer, when after like all the ammo was gone and stuff like that, we would sleep in the ammo trailer, and it's cool when you have like 3 people, but like by yourself, like in the safety Vic, nah, it don't work. It sucks. It's just like a big metal box. And they're like, people ask me, like, why is your hearing suck so bad? I was like, well, I wore Ear Pro 3M lawsuit. You may be entitled to compensation, but I wore Ear Pro, but literally you guys are firing off rounds. I'm sitting in a giant metal box. So I wondered why I have tinnitus, but anyways, like that's why my hearing sucks.
Speaking of which, I haven't really read into it much, but supposedly there's articles out there talking about how artillery and mortar blasts are linked to CTE. So that might explain why you will be retarded down the line, or you have bad memory.
I mean, I already am, but I mean, that would, more so.
More so.
I mean, you can only detect CTE post-mortem, though.
Which is crazy. Like,
yeah.
how does that work? Like, I don't
So
know.
I
The science
mean,
behind it,
I mean, I'm already retarded, but you're not gonna find out if it was from the mortar blast until I'm dead. So they literally have
yeah.
to cut my brain in half and look at the rings on the inside of my brain. They have to count the rings on the inside of my brain. Like, yep, that ring looks a little more retarded than the other rings. So,
Oh, that
yeah, but
explains.
yeah, it's crazy though, because like R.I.P. Junior Seau, and all those famous football players, but that's what I found out about that after Junior Seau, and they did the post mortem like autopsy and stuff, and they found out he has CTE. But
You know
apparently,
what's, or I was gonna say, you know what's savage about him? Now that I think of it, it's kind of sad, but like it's a pretty gangster thing to do. So I found out, and God rest his soul, but he shot himself in the chest. That's how
yeah,
he killed
yeah,
himself.
yeah.
But apparently, on his suicide note, it was to the effect of something like "look at my brain" or "check my brain." I'm
Dang,
like, jeez.
dang,
It's
dude. I
like
mean,
he
he was
knew what was
right.
going on, man.
He's
Like,
right. Like those dudes, like even more so when he started. Like I feel like there wasn't a lot of like because the helmets are changing every year. Like I'm not super into football, but like I
yeah,
noticed like from like just watching it, the uniforms change, the helmets change, the rules change every single year, right? If I'm not wrong.
no, you're
But
right. Yeah,
yeah, so I mean, but back in the day, dude, you're just playing with like, it's a helmet. I got something on my head. Like they're like
yeah,
hitting 400 pounds, hitting.
yeah. At full
So,
force too. Like,
full
there's no weight
force.
classes in football. It's they're
Yeah,
killing each other.
it's it. But and now people didn't like think about that. And now like it's crazy how all these dudes are going crazy, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
it's wild, man. But yeah, maybe down the
It's pretty
line,
wild.
we'll find out why everybody's retarded. It's not just because you guys, eat crayons and stuff. It's because you guys, it's not all
What?
it's not all
What
the
if?
crayon intake.
Here's a theory, and this is not to discredit us because I do think maybe there's outside forces. But what if there's actually nothing scientific in it at all? Maybe we just really are. Maybe we just really suck at life, and we all are retarded. Like maybe that's something.
I mean, like, with the exception of a few people, I don't think anybody like willingly wants to join the military. Like I don't know, like I willingly join. Like I want to rephrase that because like
Yeah.
a lot of people do it because they want to do something. You know what I mean? Like they have like a reason to. But
Like
I mean,
purpose, higher
yeah,
purpose kind of thing.
like a higher purpose. But I really don't feel like for a lot of people that's your first option. like,
No,
I'm not trying to bash the military or anything. It's just like I really don't feel like the military is a lot of people's first option. That's like, hey, I got this chick pregnant, I'm not good at anything and I got to get a job. The Navy's just like, or military's like, hey, you know your name? All right, you're good, homie.
You know your name.
You know your name? No,
Well, it's true. It's like, I mean,
we'll work on that. We'll give you a name. Don't worry about it.
We'll give you a name and we'll work on it.
We'll give you a name, Whiteman. That's not my name, but that's fine.
Yeah, there's two of you. Okay, one will be Whitman, the other one Whiteman. There we go. It'll
You're
make
white.
it easy.
You're white. He's brown. You're Whiteman. He's Whitman. You don't get your name. He gets your name.
It's like, what is this? Call him Tully. I don't care.
Call him Tully. I don't care.
Shout out to Tully, by the way.
I was like looking at your new hairdo,
Yeah.
and like I was thinking about. So no, I like it. But I was thinking about
because.
What is that?
Sorry, because I have a lot of people that I was thinking you were gonna guess or say like, oh, you look like this person, because a lot of people tell me that I look like a certain character, and I was waiting to see if you were gonna. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interject that way.
Oh no,
I just
it
got excited.
I know. I just like your new hairdo, but it's weird because when I think about hairdos, so you know how my boy Kurzweil would always rock the emo
Yes.
front thing. I remember when he's just like, he asked me one day, he's like, hey Doc, what do you do to your hair, dude? Because like, you know how the Corbin try to like finagle it where they put like all the hair and then whatever the pomade. I was like, no, dude, I just use pomade. I remember one day I gave him some pomade and I put a little brush through his hair. And I was like, dude, and he was like feeling himself. He's like looking in the mirror. He's just like, and then the next day he's like, I'm like, what happened? He's just like, oh, I just didn't like it. I was like, all right, so we're gonna rock the early 2000s. It looks good on you though. You own that look. So
It's not a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle.
not a phase, Mom. Hey, but he owns that look though. You know,
Yes.
my boy Kurzweil, wherever he is right now,
Dude,
trapping
shout
out
out
there.
to him. Shout out to him. I really miss him. I miss him.
I miss Kurzweil.
Yeah.
I miss
He's,
Kurzweil. That's one of the people I miss.
Last I checked, he's actually in Florida, and he was a corrections officer, or at least going to be a corrections officer. So
That's badass, dude. We need to get him on
Yeah,
here. He hasn't been on here yet, right? I don't think so.
no, but I don't. Now that I think of it, I don't think we've had any of the. Have we had any Section 2 guys on?
I don't think so. Because I remember all the people. I remember off the top of my head, we have Josh or Collier. Collier, who else? Gallo.
Davis.
Davis.
I just filmed one with Kaysen, but that one's in the works to be edited, so that'll be pushed
I've
out.
been waiting for that one. I've been waiting for that one.
Bowman. No, Bowman. We have one with Bowman.
Bowman.
Yeah, who else? We had a bunch of guys from LAR on. We had my friend Jackson, West Coast. We had Tubes Up.
Tubes Up. That was sick.
Yeah.
Tubes
I'm gonna aim to get the because I haven't talked to him a lot recently, but I want to aim to get the guy from Goons Up on.
Goons Up. That's Tubes Up. That was a legendary podcast.
It was very good. I actually was listening to it a little bit today. And then now that we just did a deal with Mission Essential Gear, and shout out to them, by the way. And I got a lot of hella memes coming in because, you know, I mean, we survived cancel culture from the FET team, so it's like I gotta brag on that.
Mission Essential. Who is that? Is that somebody from 2-8 or no?
Yeah, that's Regan.
Regan. Oh, it's Regan. Yeah, I remember Regan. I buy shirts in there all the time. Shout out to Mission
Can you hear me?
Oh man, this fucking guy, dude.
How do you get on?
Oh,
Dude, why do you sound like you're in a fucking tuna can right now, bro?
because I got you connected to my 2018 Toyota Camry, bro.
My 2004 John Deere.
Okay, here we go. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Oh, we were just putting a shout out to Mission Essential Gear, dude. Those guys are awesome. Or Regan.
Yeah.
Regan, I don't know if Regan has a crew, has a team that helps him with that, but Mission Essential is awesome.
Bitch!
These are definitely South Carolina activities right now.
Oh,
dude, don't you have
Collier, can you hear? Oh, go ahead.
It is Wednesday night over there. It's like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and you're riding around with the boys in your Toyota Camry.
Hey, party don't start till I walk in.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
yeah,
Collier,
we're doing cow tipping.
Hey Collier, so we wanted to bring you on for this one because we did a bunch of stuff about the Philippines, and Joey was talking about the story from the tornado that came through, and I was curious, since you're on right now, can you talk about like your side of that story?
I just sworn I already did this. So I remember where was I at? I don't know why. I think I was up where you remember where we could go watch movies at up there?
Yeah.
Play Monopoly.
MCAS tent.
Yeah,
play Monopoly.
The little fucking game shack tent. Yeah. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I was up there and I just saw how bad it was raining. I was just like, I would love to be laying on my cot right now. So I went out there, bro, and I didn't think I'd get that fucking soaked in that quick amount of time, but I did. And I just noticed the army dudes their tents and shit were flooding. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm already wet. I'm going to go out there and help them, right? So I went and grabbed my E-tool, and at this point, I come outside.
Collier. This is the story of E-tool Collier.
E-tool Collier. So I started digging this like little trench or whatever to help the water go down. And here goes this faggot ass fucking army dude going like, Semper Fi Marine Devil Dog, you ain't got to do that. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck else are we going to do? Like, there's nothing to do around here. The goddamn storm knocked out the signal to the fucking TV. I'm tired of playing fucking Monopoly. I'm soaking fucking wet. Fuck off, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here doing your bitch ass a favor. Don't tell me what I can do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't say any of that because I'm a bitch, and I said, "Nah, bro, it's all good." You know what I'm saying? Hoorah!
I love you.
Like, yeah, he was like, hoorah.
I wish I was a soldier.
Yeah, right. God, dude. Hey, y'all remember when they got all their Oh shit! What happened? They got all of their like equipment stolen or something like that because they didn't.
We were
leave the
just
fire
talking
watch
about
out?
that. We were talking about that. My theory was that remember the guy on the motorcycle, the guy on the dirt bike selling Gatorades? I think it was that guy. I think it was that guy.
Carone, you remember when I took gate watch because we heard a rumor going around that there's like hookers showing their titties,
Yeah.
and I volunteered for the gate watch. I was just really wanting to see some titties. I never saw titties. All I saw was just a 12-year-old penis.
Hey, well, what's the age of consent in the Philippines? Because we might have to take that out.
It don't matter now. It's already in the other episode.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I remember
that. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Hey,
Damn.
Carone, you remember me and you rooming together in Okie, and we had Frazier, bro?
Dude, I really want to talk about that. Like, I want to add as much as I can to this because I don't know when this is gonna happen. We have 2 minutes left on this one. So
Okay.
All right, so
Hey, Collier, let's let's start beginning the story when we get the next meeting on because I don't want it to be like an awkward transition. So, Carone, do you want to end it and then we'll just restart a new one?
All right, I'm gonna end it right now. Then I'll send you guys a link real quick. I'll send it to Instagram, Sewell, and I'll send it to your text message, Collier.
all right,
All right, bye.
boom.
All right,
Okay,
and we're
so-
back from our
so-
sponsor, Mission Essential Gear.
Woo! Buy my shit, everybody.
Buy Sewell stuff. We're making hats. We're making Sewell dolls. You know how Trump has a Trumpy bear? We're making Sewell bears. We're making everything.
let's make-
We're making coffee cups.
Let's make beanies, man. It's beanie season, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll let Regan know about that. They're already getting Christmas stuff. We'll get ornaments, beanies, hoodies in the woodwork.
Regan's the man.
And it's got to
He
be
is.
CSMO. You got a logo for it?
We're just using the one that's like the microphone with the CSMO. It's like I don't want to say clip art, but that's kind of like our logo right now.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, well, screw it. That sounds
It's
good.
like non-royalty, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have to pay anybody for it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I miss y'all, man. I hate that. Like, we all need to get together again, dude.
We
But like
know.
me and,
We
me
need
and
to.
Sewell live on an opposite like part of the country. You know,
I know.
That's okay.
But
We'll get
dude,
everybody to come out here to Arizona. Let's do it.
let's do it. I'm down. Arizona, where
We're
do you
in
live
Grand
at?
Canyon.
again, bro.
Arizona State. Think about it. I can hook y'all up with a sorority house out here.
Is that like Flagstaff?
Let's go, dude.
Flagstaff is more
Sorority chicks.
north. It's still like an hour south, I think, of the Grand Canyon. But yeah, it's still. But North Arizona is beautiful, though. It's like Arizona's like its own country. There's a lot to it out here.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Speaking of chicks, dude. So when we were in Okie, I matched with this chick on Tinder, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't know there was Okie Tinder.
yeah, on Tinder, bro.
Whoa.
And yo, we were talking for a hot minute while I was on Tinder. We followed each other on Insta, yada yada yada. Well, she ended up getting a boyfriend. Whatever. I haven't talked to this chick in.
Why are you
4
salty, bro?
to
Stop being
6
salty.
years.
Stop being
not,
salty, bro.
I'm
You're
not
being a
gonna
little
tell
sus
you, bro.
right now.
I'm gonna tell you. I slid up in her DMs, bro. She came up to my crib yesterday. I got my nut off. And I
What?
totally lost all interest with the chick, bro.
Cap.
She stayed there
That
and
is a
everything. I was like,
cappuccino.
yeah,
Damn.
Cap.
yeah. Dude, that
All you're
post
being
of
bitches heads
clarity,
for years.
that post of clarity hits hard, bro. I'm telling you, it does.
Yeah. That's why they say that the first thing you do when you win the lottery, you got to jack off. Coast nut clarity.
Yeah, honestly, bro. You will think so.
'Cause anything
clear,
after
your
that is the
brain-
right decision. You can't go into
Dude.
this full nuts. You got to go. You win the lottery. Post
You gotta
nut
drain
clarity.
it.
So you got to
You gotta
drain.
drain the main, bro.
You got to drain the main vein, and then you got to spend your money. That's it.
Wise words of advice from Joey Carone, everybody.
That's it. Add that to my gravestone right there.
Dakarone. Bro, I remember when we were running in PT and you were in front of me. No, you were behind me because me and you were up front. And I remember Steph Sergeant Canal when we were like, I don't know, 3 miles in. He goes, "Is Doug still there, Collier?" I look behind you and you answered for me. You're like, "You can just ask me, Staff Sergeant."
I like to run, dude. Oh, you know, dude, Canal was crazy, dude. So like, did you guys tell you guys about that? One time we were sitting there, I forgot where we were, but I was sitting there eating a fucking carrot cake out of the MRE, and he was sitting there staring at me, dude. I don't know if he had some like weird like thing for me or something, but he would like always like fuck with me. He would look at me when I was eating my carrot cake, and he was just like, "Yeah, you like that, huh?" And I was like, "What?" I was trying to eat my carrot cake, like, and then like when we were at AP Hill, I never see snow. I'm from California. I was like catching snowflakes on my tongue, and he had like his stupid little like Nokia, whatever the fuck. He was like taking pictures of me, like catching snowflakes on my tongue, and I was like this with my tongue out. He's like, no, stay like that, stay like that. And I was just like,
Oh my god.
I was like, I don't know what, but that's what got me though. He's just like, I mean, my carrot cake. He's just like, yeah, you like that, huh? I was like, what the what?
I hope that's not some like secret underground fetish that's like going around.
What like staff NCO, like a Facebook page with staff NCO post like lewd pictures of like
they don't post feet pics, they post pictures like that are
they just post
uh,
pictures of their corpsmen. They're like, oh, like corpsmen are just like Mortys. They're like, oh, what does your corpsman look like? Make your corpsman do this.
their comments are like Morty.
Hey, and we see, and for our alias, we see Johnson on there too.
Johnson.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't, dude.
Johnson.
Dude, do you remember when we were in Okie, Carone, and I woke up with throw up on my comforter, and I could have sworn it was and you blamed and it turns out,
stupid.
Turns out when we made him
Johnson.
clean up oh damn it, Johnson.
Now say sorry to Charles because he has to edit that out.
You had one job, Josh. Come on.
All right. Anyways,
yeah, you had one job, Tim. You're Tim now because you can't say the names right.
I'll just restart it. Johnson.
Okay.
When Johnson.
So you gotta be like, hey, Carone, you remember back when we're in Okie and I found throw up on my comforter and I could have swore it was Johnson? I can just say the thing for you if it's too hard for you to remember.
There we go. Carone, do you remember when we were back in Okie and I woke up with throw up on my comforter and me and you both blamed Johnson and we made him clean it up and it turns out it was Dutcher that threw up on my fucking comforter?
No, I
didn't know this story.
No, it wasn't Dutcher because I saw Johnson throw up on the floor. I was in my rack on my phone and I saw him come in because, dude, we were all at the bar or whatever, and we came in at normal time. I guess by the whole time we were out, Johnson was sitting in the hallway drinking by himself. And then,
oh my god,
yeah, no, that's that. So this is the real story because I have witnesses that. So we were all at the bar, whatever, E Club.
It was him though.
No, and he was drinking by himself. He bought like a fifth or something. I don't know what he did, but so people told me that he was drinking in the hallway by himself. So we were all at the bar at E Club getting pitted, and then we all come back and he comes in at some weird, like, he never left. He comes in at like 3:00 in the morning, stumbles in. I'm in my rack awake. I see him throw up on the floor, throw up on his bed, and then get in his bed. And then he wakes up like 20 minutes later. He's like, who the fuck did this? Who did this? If it's Dutcher and I'm imagining this, then fine. But
who the hell threw up on my bed then?
That was probably Dutcher. I saw Johnson throw up on the floor though.
So Dutcher did throw up on me.
I cannot confirm that nor deny that, but I did see Johnson throw up on the floor. He did throw up on the floor right in front of me. Dude, that nasty schmuckatelli. He threw up in his bed and did not change his sheets for like a week, dude. He literally had throw up in his bed and just made the bed on top of it for some reason.
You know what's crazy about that, Joey, is that's the second time that's happened, because I remember Floyd sharing a similar story about Johnson when we were like early in the fleet. Like,
he threw up in his Mustang, right?
No, not his Mustang. No. Well, maybe it might have been his Mustang. It wouldn't surprise me, but
he never cleaned that up either.
Yeah, his car was filthy.
That's three stories of no cleaned up.
Damn.
How do you do that? Like, everybody, dude, like, shit happens, man. I'm gonna come home pitted. I'm gonna throw up on the floor, whatever, dude. That's just the way it is, you know? But I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, who did this? I'm like, dude, I threw up on the floor, homie. Like, sorry.
Well, dude, don't you remember me and you were talking one day, dude, and we were like, have you ever seen Johnson have any, like, bat or, like, body wash,
no shampoo, no nothing.
Hey, dude, me and you locked away our stuff. And for a solid month, bro, me and you were still trying to figure out what the hell Johnson was washing off with.
He was literally going in the shower, rubbing his hands on his armpits and shit, and then just getting out.
Now, what proof do you have of that, Joey?
No, he said
because me and
we
Carone
locked away our
searched his
stuff.
closet, bro. And we searched his closet and could not find anything.
All of our body wash and stuff, we would put it in our lockers, like those wall lockers we had, and we would just take them out for ourselves when we would go wash. We're like, hey, dude, let's see if it's true. So we would lock all our hygiene products away when we wouldn't be using them. We put them in a bag inside our locker, and then so we figured out that he was just taking showers with water. He wasn't taking showers with any soap of any kind whatsoever.
And we also figured out, you remember how Johnson's teeth were so freaking yellow and crap? Bro, he literally didn't brush his teeth, dude. We didn't find toothbrush or toothpaste.
When I was in the Naval Academy, there was a dude like that. I forgot what his name was, but it doesn't matter anyways. But he would not brush his teeth. He had a black spot in the middle of his teeth for like 2 weeks. And then we came up to him because our senior leadership was like, hey, man, you guys got to talk to him as peers and see like what's going on with him. And we try to tell him about his teeth. Like, hey, bro, like you need help like with like stuff. Like you have money back home. You need some money. Like blah, 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 blah. We'll help you, dude. Like brush your teeth. He's just like, you can't break a 20-year habit. You can't break a 20-year habit.
Wait, what?
Like, so you don't brush your teeth.
Brushing your teeth? What do you mean, bro?
He was from Oklahoma.
You may not be able to break that habit, but periodontitis or gingivitis will break that for you.
So I'm not bashing anybody from Oklahoma, but apparently he said he was from Oklahoma. He was very poor, and that's just not something his family worried about.
Personal hygiene?
Yeah, personal hygiene. I don't know, dude. I've known a lot of people from Oklahoma, and they're not dirty like that. So that's not an excuse.
That reminds me, bro. Like in boot camp, dude, we had I don't know what it was. I was never afraid to ask to go to the bathroom. I don't care if I was going to get screamed at. I really, honest God, did not care. If I had to shit or pee, I was fucking asking.
Colliers want to watch dudes go to the bathroom.
Yeah, shit in front of me, Daddy. No, but I remember. So you remember how when before you go to bed, you got to get online and you got to do like a head count or whatever. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we were doing that. What was it with the blue money valuable bag or whatever it's called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the blue bag with all our
in Navy boot camp, you have a valuable sock.
Really?
They give you a tube sock and you put your valuables in it. It's your valuable sock, and you tie it to your drawstring on your PT shorts. It's a valuable sock.
Why doesn't the Marine Corps pick that up? That's more like that's a total Marine Corps thing.
Oh no, we had a valuable sock.
Because we gotta be fancy, bro. We gotta have.
I went to boot camp back in 2014 when we didn't have iPads and stuff, So.
Oh my God, here we go.
I qualified on rifle with iron sights, so I don't want to. Right?
Well, dude, honestly, to finish that story though, bro, we were online, and this kid, like, he just wouldn't stop, like, shaking, bro. Like,
leave it to Collier to tell a boot camp story on the podcast.
Yes.
Oh, it's funny, bro.
Out of everybody, he's the one that's going to throw in the boot camp story.
Bro, because the only time I have shit and piss my pants is when I was absolutely drunken and just.
Yeah, we were all there. We saw the person that shall not be named put a mop in your ass. So we I've seen somebody put a mop in your ass. I remember. I know. I've been there. I was there.
But dude, the kid pissed himself standing online, and I remember our drill instructor just going completely quiet and be like, and he got so serious and out of character. He really looked at us and was like, "Bro, you are a grown ass man, and you just pissed on the fucking floor. Like, do fucking better."
I one up that when boot camp the first day, since we're telling boot camp stories right now apparently. So the first day we got there, you start in like it's it's like you're like the stick holding whatever, and then you go to like your actual like ship, and then but we got there, and I guess this kid was standing there. We did the same thing. We're standing on line when we first got there. This kid completely pissed himself. This guy's yelling at us like, "Oh yeah, you're ours now." Blah blah blah. This is it. You're ours for fucking whatever, how many days. And this kid pissed himself. The guy was just like, "Take all your shit out of your locker, wipe it up." Him take all this shit out of his bed, his clothes, uniforms, everything, whatever we had. We didn't have a lot of stuff because we just got there. Made him go like that and wipe it up and throw it back in there. He's like, "You're gonna clean that later." He's like, "You know what? You're the what is the sanitation, whatever, the PO, the guy that helps clean." He's like, "You're that guy now." Since you want
Wow.
I've got one that's not really like as intense, I'd say, but so Collier might remember, but like at a certain point, like they'll emphasize like, look, you're a grown ass man, like you don't need to go ask to like piss or something, or it's like if you really like are on the verge of losing yourself, just go do it. You'll get yelled at later. So we had this in our platoon. Our senior drill instructor said this to us like the night prior to us doing a PT, and you know how it is. Like, and I'd assume it's the same for you, Joey. There's like kind of like the guy that's like on the autistic spectrum in your platoon.
Yeah, that's like everybody.
So that's really
and Marine Corps boot camp, that's
So-
probably like everybody. In the Navy, it's like maybe like 3 or 4 people. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, so we had this guy. He was kind of like that too. We were running around the track at Paris Island, and then at the corner there's a porta potty, and then as we're running, I see this guy. He's like probably like a half. He's like pretty far in front of me, but instead of turning left, like staying on the track, I see him kind of veer off right to where the porta potties are, and I'm like, "There's no way he's gonna go in during the middle of our PT." And then right behind me was my drill. I think it was the kill hat at the time. I just hear like this loud, like drill instructor screech, and he hauls down the way for this guy, and the guy goes, "Well, our senior drill instructor said if we needed to go," he's like, "I don't give a fuck, keep running."
We had the same thing happen, but it's not like that. So during our PT test, it's all inside. It's all inside. We're in like Illinois in the middle of winter, but it's all inside. So I guess one of the first ones, it was a practice PT test to see where you're at. This kid shits himself while he's doing the PT test. When we get back to like the little berthing or whatever, the fucking drill instructor comes out of the fishbowl, or the RDC comes out of the fishbowl, and he has a fucking brown greasy bag with this kid's shitty underwear in it. And he's just like, you see this, gentlemen? This is commitment. I'm like, nah, it looks like he shit himself, bro.
That's commitment.
This is commitment.
No, that's not commitment, bro.
This
That's
is retardation.
That has to go to the bathroom.
This is retardation.
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Bro,
I'm
I
pretty sure
remember-
that's a disease that you could catch maybe somewhere in there, maybe.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yes.
Some
Bro,
kid got
dude.
trampled. We were doing like you all starting a herd. This kid got trampled, and they had to like training time out. Get on your knee, and then like the EMTs came and like pulled him away. And I never saw that kid again. He got asthma. But like, yeah, they got trampled. The other kid shit himself. That was funny, dude. It was funny.
Dude, we were in the middle of a PT early in the morning. And you know, like they take you out, you can go use the bathroom before, you go out and do your morning PTs or whatever. Well, I just had to piss at the time, dude. And as far as we all know, through our years of service together, I am the worst dude to shit in the morning. Like, I always have to shit when we PT. Always. Right, Sul? You know that as much as I do.
Mhm.
Well, anyways, we were out there and we were PTing. It's still boot camp. And I literally just asked my drill instructor, I was like, I got to use the bathroom or whatever. So he makes me run all the way to the porta shitter, bro. And you know how they do that fast-ass countdown? Yeah, dude. As soon as he got to 0 is when my shit fell out of my asshole. I did not get to wipe, bro. My asshole was so itchy that whole PT. Like, I thought I was going to die,
I
dude.
could imagine right now. I was laughing because I could imagine just some kid. He's like in some like deep south little podunk town. He's just like, I just want to be a Marine. My whole life I want to be a Marine. I sold my dirt bike. I want to be a Marine. and then whatchamacallit, he's just like listening to this. He's like, wow, that sounds fucking terrible. I'm just gonna go like I'm gonna do something completely different. Like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Take your corn-fed ass back out there on the farm, bitch.
Hey, y'all want to buy a dirt bike?
I was like, I wanted to go kill people. I didn't want to.
Shout out,
Dude, who
Klein.
asked
Shout out to
that?
Kyler, by
Oh,
the
that's
way.
fucking Klein, bro.
Y'all want to buy? That's your daddy. You can't say that. Your daddy said that.
Yeah, that is true.
That's your daddy.
That's Josh's dad that he like really tries to avoid talking to throughout the course of his life when he leaves house, when he leaves home.
Y'all want my dirt bike?
Dude, I remember when he was getting out, bro. It was me and Stokes, and he wanted to hang out with us and go get Wendy's, and he was just trying to be like all cool
Dude,
with us.
you were a dick to us the whole entire time. You made our lives fucking hell.
Yeah, literally, bro.
Years. You
Literally.
I hate people like that, dude. That's so
And now
scary.
you want to act cool? Like, fuck you, bro. Nah, I'm good.
I like the Whitman episode when he's just like starts like talking shit. He's like, I know Klein's gonna call me later. I was just laughing. I was like, yeah, he is. He's like, whatever, I don't care. Klein's gonna call me later about this.
I was just listening to that prior to when we got on the Zoom call, and I was
the Whitman one was a good one, dude. The Whitman one was a really good one.
And Charles told me about that because he was one of those guests where like I didn't have to really work to like talk with him. Like I didn't have to extract anything from him. Like he engaged in it just as much as I did.
That's like one of my I like the Tubes Up one. That was a really cool one, big legendary episode. And then the Whitman one. Whitman was a really cool guest.
Mm-hmm. He's I want to get tapped on if I can ever reach a hold of him.
Buddy.
I like the Whitman one because I don't know, dude. He's just so professional with it. And then you got us coming on here. You got my stupid ass coming on here with absolutely no filter whatsoever. So I don't know.
And you got me here, you know.
If you don't mind me asking, because since we're on the topic, not to be self-flattery, but like, what are like the episodes that y'all like? Like, what do y'all kind of like about the show a little bit? If y'all don't mind me picking your brains apart.
It's just like oh, you go first, Josh.
I'm sorry.
No, go first, Josh. I don't care. Go first.
I
wants to be about you. It's fine. I'm just kidding. It's okay. He's like in his bed, like kicking his feet up. He's like, "What do I like?"
Hey, I'm just twirling my feet, like, "Hey."
All right,
nah, I like how there's some unprofessionalism and professionalism about it. You know what I mean? Like you really get to see both sides of the military. You know,
like that it's just a podcast just with dudes. I really like that aspect of it.
Yeah, dudes,
I like how we have no girl guests. It's just dudes. I love just listening to dudes. That's like my favorite part about it. That's like my only favorite part about it.
God, man, I thought the Navy was gay, man. You're just shitting on Collier right now.
No,
I know, right?
You got to be. It doesn't matter if you're in the Navy, Marine Corps, Space Force. You have to be a little bit gay to be in the Navy. Not in the Navy, but like in the military general. I'm gonna say the Navy. You have to be really gay to be in the Navy. But
I don't know, Carone, bro. When we got on that boat, dude, for the Mew, I have never seen so many gay people in one setting.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just the Navy, you know. Everybody's cool, you know. It's a good time. You guys
y'all are real close. That's for sure.
You guys had a good time, right?
On, it's okay.
Can you guys tell me about like while we have time right now? Can you tell me about the waffle stomp story? Like I don't understand it. I wasn't there, obviously. Like you saying like somebody waffle stomped the turd in the shower. Like they like you said like the restrooms or something were like really gross. Somebody was telling me that somebody like one of the Navy dudes tried to like stuff a turd down the fucking like the drain or something.
I didn't never see that. The only thing we had a problem with on the boat really was like
you're getting naked and whooping somebody's ass.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
I wish I could have been there, dude. I'd be like, yeah, get him, Collier, honky tonk.
Joe, and not to interrupt Collier's story, but like Carone, if there was anybody that I wish was on the boat with us out of all the guys we didn't have on, it was you. I wish
my God, yes, dude, that would have been amazing.
Dude. Couldn't do it.
Hey, dude, you would have hated it.
Painful for you.
I'm telling you, you would have hated it.
Dude, but the funny thing is, I've been on more boats in the job I have now than when I was in the Navy. It's insane.
I was thinking that too. I was like, I love how you got out of the Navy just to go right back onto a goddamn boat. You know what I mean?
I've never been on a boat. Now I'm on a boat every single day of my life.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
Yeah,
take a good hard look at the motherfucking boat.
There you go. You're gonna have a section with Collier just analyze his lyrics and be like, "What do you think this means?" Well, you know, like, subtitles. No. We can't have subtitles on a podcast, Collier. I guess you can't do it.
That's fine. I'll speak more fluently, I guess. More educated.
More educated.
You know what we never got to? Ironically, the goat story.
Oh yeah. See, I was gonna say about that because I kept like I said, we like veered off. That's okay. We're back. So So like no, because I remember the Filipino Marines were out there wherever the MP were out there were doing whatever, and the Filipinos they had a goat like tied up, and we were talking to the dudes, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill this goat. We're gonna cook it for you guys, and then we're gonna eat goat later." And we're like, because all you guys' seniors were like talking to them, like, because they're really cool, and all you guys' seniors like, "Yeah, they're gonna cut up this goat for us, whatever, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh, that's badass." So, so we're sitting there doing whatever, playing with the dog, whatever that dog that came up there, and
all love that goddamn dog.
yeah, we love that
Yeah,
dog. I
that
wish we could
scrawny
have
ass dog with the huge nipples.
with the super long nipples. But
he named it Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson. Pamela, I love you, Pamela. But
Is this 81s?
Is this 81s?
We need to talk.
Whose
we need to
natural
talk
light is
about
this?
that.
But anyways, yeah. So we're all sitting there, and I always describe it as I hear a baby screaming. I just hear, "Hey!" And then I see the Filipinos, two Filipino dudes with a goat hog-tied, and they stuffed this like something in its mouth, and they were just riding off with it. They're like, "Ha, we got your goat!" And the Filipino Marine's like, "Hey, get back here, get back here!" And the guys are like, "Hey!" With our goat. But I just remember hearing a "Ah!" like screaming, and then they stuffed it like with like a rag or something, and they took it off. Like the two dudes were on the dirt bike, and they drove off with our goat.
Them motherfuckers.
I was like, the only thing I'm eating like chip beef and like MREs and whatever we were talking about earlier, Sewell, the powder, the red powder that never mixes together. Like I'm eating that. I was gonna eat some high quality Filipino goat. Birria, some high quality Filipino goat.
Goat
Dude,
Lumpia.
do y'all remember when we got done shooting that first day out there and how all the Filipinos were, kind of like around us, and we let
Dude,
them go get our ammo cans?
I remember
and
them
all
punching
absolute hell broke
children.
loose?
I remember them punching children to
Yes.
get those ammo cans. And I was like,
I was just
"Damn,
sat
this
there
is
like,
crazy."
damn.
Me and Naka were throwing them packs of cigarettes, and the guys were fighting. The kids were like fighting the old men for cigarettes. And I was like, whoa. That was crazy.
I just remember Lieutenant Mulder, he was just like, we have got to stop this. And I was like, I don't know, but I kind of want to see this ride out. You know,
that was
what
kind of
This
like
is pretty
making me kind
entertaining.
of freak out because
Yeah.
me and Naka were just standing there. You know how there was like a drop off right behind us?
yeah,
And me and Naka
that
were
little
just
clip.
standing there like, and they're like slowly just creeping up. And Naka's like, "Hey, get away from there! Get away from here!"
Bro, I remember that because me and you went down there. It was
Yeah.
I forget who we had. One more person.
Remember
with
they
us, but I
started?
forget. Me
Oh
and you-
yeah, no, they were laughing at like we're trying to pee, and they were laughing at our dicks. They were saying
Yeah,
our
and I
dicks were
fucking we
small.
started smoking a cigarette too. And one of the kids goes, "Hey, let me get one." And I asked him how old he was, and he screamed, "Fuck you!"
Yeah.
And I looked at you, and I was like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, we're telling this kid to fuck off, like "fuck you, kid." Because he was telling us he was laughing at our dicks too. We were peeing, they were watching us peeing. They were laughing at our dicks, telling us our dicks were small. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
"Kid,
asshole,
you're like 6 years old, dude. Get out of here. You don't know what a man dick looks like."
To make fun
I
of
don't
Tolbert
either,
real
but-
quick, I have to say, to make fun of Tolbert real quick, it's no wonder he was always pissed off because that's what he probably had to do when he was like 6 or 7.
God, dude, I forgot about Tolaboo, bro.
Yeah.
I remember him always asking Bahina if he wanted to be squad leader, and Bahina was like, "No."
Bahina Delgado.
Bahina Delgado.
Heen Delgado.
I just want to
But
say
did-
something too, because I have to add this. I just want to give
Yeah.
you the raw imagery. So you know how we had to do our FMF pin, like we had the book, right?
Yeah.
I always tell people, they're like, "How was the Philippines? How hot was the Philippines? Like, was it hot?" And I always describe it this. I remember Greeno laying in the cot, right? He was laying in the cot, and like, cause he already had his pin, whatever. He was just sign off our little books, whatever. So I was like, "Hey, HM2, can you sign my whatever section this is?" So he was like, "Yeah, whatever. Let's go smoke a cigarette." He got up out of his cot. There was literally like 3 inches above his chest of just sweat.
Oh, ew, bro. Oh,
So
my
when
God.
he got up from his cot. I think he like had like an A-mall, you know, like one of those like those Mylar like litters that we like carry y'all in. Those like
Oh, yeah.
like the silver material, like the Mylar litter. He would put that and lined his cot with that, so it was kind of warm. I was like, I don't know why he did that in the first place, but he got up and it was just like 3 inches of sweat above his chest, and he got up. He's like, "Let's go smoke a cigarette." Dripping sweat. I was like, I was
Dude,
like,
I
here,
remember-
you can take my whole pack of cigarettes. I don't even want to smoke anymore. I remember we made a frog smoke a cigarette. I don't by that tree. There was a frog, and we put a cigarette in the frog's mouth. That was cool. Anyways, but I just want to get that in there. That the literal like raw imagery of 3 inches of sweat above his chest. He's a big dude. He was just
I
laying
remember-
in a pool of his own sweat.
Jerking
good
off
image.
in the porta shitters, bro, and almost dying of a heat stroke.
That's everybody. That's what they said. If he's gone for more than 5 minutes, he's probably jacking off. So you got to go check on him. That's what they told us at least. So there's like, watch your guys, because I have to watch every single one of you guys to make sure that when you guys go to the bathroom, you come back.
Oh, Doc, I need to verify this one time because me and Charnes talk about this, but we can't remember the name. What was the name of that medicine that y'all gave us? Like 3
Doxy?
weeks leading up to the Philippines, and then
Doxy?
after we Doxy?
Doxy.
Doxy. Okay.
Doxycycline. It's like anti-malaria. So you guys didn't get
Oh,
malaria.
I remember that because I was asking if you could give me more because of my acne. You told me it would help out with my acne. I kept asking you
does.
for more.
It does. But then I asked people, he's like, well, we can't really give you more. Like, and then I ended up like by the time I checked out, I ended up with like a giant bag of Doxy and I just threw it away. Cause a lot of you guys didn't take it.
Wow,
Like,
fuck Colliers.
yeah, because you know how like I had to like give you guys. Oh, I found it. You know how I have these little packs like in my med bag? I found it after I was like leaving, and I didn't even think about it. I just threw it away. I was like, whatever.
Dude, I always got in trouble for shaving.
Yeah.
But dude, it was like, bro, like my acne was so bad it hurt to shave, bro. Because I
Have
always
you shaved since you got out?
I use an electric razor now.
I'm about to say, I'm sorry, I'm being a dick. I was about to say if you haven't shaved since you got out and that's all it was, I mean, like, dude, we got to do something about it. We got to get one of those little rollers. We got
I do have one of those actually, bro. Because it doesn't grow in right here. Actually.
Dollar Shave Club sponsor my boy Josh. All right, we got a sponsor. Dollar Shave Club.
I trust Joey's expertise because that beard looks phenomenal.
I've had a beard
no
since
one
I
can
was
see the
15
picture.
years old, dude. And I cut it like a week ago. It used to be like this long. Cut it.
Do you
Where did your
remember
bloodline
me
come
always
from to give you that
cigarettes
beard?
off of you?
I'm Italian, and I guess I did my ancestry. So like my ancestry is like mostly like European, and then like Spanish. But like it's but what does I call it? We can get into it, but it's just like pretty much European. But
Okay.
yeah.
You said Spanish?
So England and Northwestern Europeans 43%, Mexican, like indigenous Americas 15%, and then everything else is like Greece, Italy, Europe, Germanic Europe, like stuff like that. So I don't know. So it's
Did you
just
come
England.
up with that off the top of your head, or did you have that pulled up ready to go?
It's on
geez,
an
you
app.
already had.
on an
You
app.
already had that on your phone. I was
Yeah.
about to say that was pretty damn quick. You popped that off.
Nah.
Joey.
My heart.
I'm not Rain Man.
Joey. Yo quiero comer tu culo hasta tu corazón, por favor.
Nah, I'm okay. If something about your asshole, I'm all right. Anyway, hey, but I think we got a lot of good stuff, guys. With your host
Really?
Cody.
We really did. And Josh, I mean, I didn't expect you to compliment like this as like a special guest, kind of like side host, if you want to call
Collier,
it that, but, like, this is good.
since I met you guys, Collier has always complimented me. I don't know how he's ever gonna repay me for like the $8 million worth of cigarettes that he's bummed off me in his Marine Corps career, but I mean, we'll figure it out one day. So
One day, my boy.
but ever since I met you guys, it was just always either like Collier or like I don't know, Chitty. There was a lot of Chitty. I gotta get him on this thing, dude. Chitty
I need to
Bang.
read. Oh my God, I have so many. There's so many stories of him. Did you know that he got arrested? So he was selling when he got out. He started. He ran a hot dog stand.
I didn't know that.
God,
But it gets
dude.
even better. So he had the hot dog stand as like a side gig job, and then he got arrested for selling, I think it was cocaine out of the hot dog stand.
That's badass.
Bro, he hit me up on Snapchat out the blue one day, telling me, ask me how life's been and everything. I was like,
Hey, allegedly. This is all
Oh, yes, he allegedly got.
speculation out
yeah,
there.
allegedly.
That's how
Let's say it
rappers get
together.
caught up.
Allegedly.
Rappers get caught up by putting their felonies in their lyrics, all right? So this is allegedly. Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't for legal purposes, Collier. Anyways.
And, well, allegedly, he hit me up, bro, and he was asking me how life was and everything like that. And I was like, it's good, dude. I said, how about you? Bro, he was like, allegedly, talking about meth and shit like that. I was like,
Hey,
shitty.
it happens to the best of us. But I just want to interject. We got a lot of good stuff. We have 2 minutes left. I'm going to do the thing that they do on Hot Ones. Collier, what's going on right now? What do you want to tell the people?
Not much going on, I'm trying to go to school, trying to get my bachelor's degree in business administration.
There you go,
So
buddy.
far, just chilling in life.
What's your handle? You want people to hit you up? What about the girlies on their DMs, bro? What's your
Dude, cauliflower_97 is my Instagram name.
I know we
but
already
it's
did it in
spelled-
your episode, but we'll do it again for the baddies.
Yeah, and then Snapchat, jcollie_123. What's good?
What's up, Sewell?
Hey, Joey, so before the time runs out, so you got to say words to the boys that are still in, your social media plugs, and then wise words of advice. And then after that, we'll say CSMO, and we got to beat the timeline or else we all get killed.
All right, so wise words of advice. I don't care if it's Pogue. Take as many pictures with your homies as you can. You're going to want those when you're out. Make memories with your homies. Talk to your friends. I didn't take any pictures with you guys when I was in, and I regret it. So I hated it, and now I just want to relive it. But you don't miss the military, you miss the boys. Remember that. And then my handle on Instagram, it's Joey OLO_. And yeah, dude, this podcast is awesome. Again, shout out to Regan, Mission Essential Gear. He's dope.
All right, we're out of here. CSMO.
CSMO, boys. CSMO.
We did it. We got it. We got it before the time ran out.
Oh yeah, we got it.
Yes.
Boys. All right, let me pause it. Hell yeah.